The observation deck of the Imperial battlecruiser Sovereign Dawn hummed with the calculated efficiency of a war machine. Commander Lisa Reeves stood before the panoramic viewport, her reflection ghosting across the star-scattered void. Behind her, holographic displays painted the bridge in cold blue light, tracking the movements of 300 warships, the pride of the Galactic Empire's Third Fleet. Enemy formation holding position at the Kepler threshold, reported Lieutenant Chen from Tactical. The Dominion isn't backing down. Lisa's jaw tightened. The Andraxian Dominion had been the Empire's rival for 2 decades, and now both civilizations teetered on the brink of total war. The disputed Kepler system, rich in exotic matter necessary for faster-than-light drives, had become the flashpoint neither side could abandon. "Still no response to our hails?" she asked. "Negative, Commander. They're maintaining radio silence." From the engineering station, Alex Thorne looked up from his neural interface, the bioluminescent tattoos along his temples pulsing in sync with the quantum processors he monitored. As the fleet's chief theoretical physicist, he'd been drafted into military service when the war seemed inevitable. His hands moved through holographic equations, checking and rechecking the calculations. "Lisa," he said quietly, using her first name despite protocol. They'd known each other since the academy, before ranks and wars complicated everything. "The exotic matter readings from the Kepler threshold are wrong." She turned to face him. "Define wrong." Alex pulled up a 3-dimensional graph, its contours twisting in impossible geometries. "The Dominion fleet is positioned directly over the largest concentration of exotic matter we've ever detected, but the quantum signature isn't stable. It's oscillating at frequencies that shouldn't exist in normal space-time." "Speak plainly, Alex." "I think they're trying to weaponize it. If they succeed in collapsing the exotic matter field in a controlled manner, they could create a localized causality violation. Basically a weapon that erases matter from existence by disconnecting it from the timeline." Lisa felt ice crystallize in her stomach. "That's theoretical." "So was faster-than-light travel once." Alex's eyes met hers and she saw genuine fear there. "We need to pull back, now." Before she could respond, alarms shrieked across the bridge. Every display flared crimson. "Energy spike from the Dominion flagship," Chen shouted. "They're initiating some kind of exotic matter cascade. Readings are off the scale." Through the viewport, space itself seemed to shimmer around the enemy fleet. Reality buckled like heated glass, and for one impossible moment, Lisa could see through the fabric of space-time to the churning quantum foam beneath. The Dominion ships began to glow with an otherworldly light. "They're actually doing it," Alex breathed. "They're going to fire a causality weapon at us." "All ships emergency FTL jump," Lisa commanded. "Get us out of." The universe screamed. That was the only way Lisa could describe it later. A sound that wasn't sound, a sensation that bypassed the ears entirely and resonated in the bones, in the synapses, in the very atoms of her body. Every screen went white, every instrument flatlined. And then silence. When the displays flickered back to life, Lieutenant Chen's face had gone pale as starlight. "Commander, the Dominion fleet, it's gone." Lisa's head snapped toward the viewport. Where 300 enemy warships had been positioning for the killing blow, there was now only empty space. Not debris, not wreckage, just absence. "Sensor sweep," she ordered, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. "Full spectrum analysis." Alex was already working, his fingers dancing through holographic controls with frantic precision. "I'm detecting no wreckage, no energy signatures, no quantum echoes. It's as if they never existed." "Could their causality weapon have backfired?" Chen asked. "No." Alex's voice was barely a whisper. He pulled up a new display and Lisa's breath caught. The exotic matter they were trying to weaponize, it's still there, completely intact. Whatever erased them, it wasn't their own weapon. Then what? There's something else. Alex highlighted a region of space 10,000 kilometers from where the Dominion fleet had been. I'm detecting a gravitational anomaly. Small, but the signature is unlike anything in our databases. It's moving. Lisa activated her command channel. All ships, battle stations, defensive formation Alpha 7, power all weapon systems. The Imperial fleet responded with practiced efficiency. 300 warships arranging themselves into overlapping fields of fire. But Lisa couldn't shake the feeling that guns and missiles would be useless against whatever had just erased an entire fleet from existence. The anomaly is changing, Alex reported. It's stabilizing, taking form. On the main display, sensor data coalesced into an image. At first, Lisa thought it was a ship, but the geometry was all wrong. It looked organic, almost biological, but composed of materials that registered as neither matter nor energy in the traditional sense. The craft, if it could be called that, was perhaps 50 meters across, small enough to be a shuttle, yet it had somehow destroyed 300 warships. Receiving a transmission, Chen said, surprise evident in his voice. Audio only, it's in standard Galactic. Play it. A voice filled the bridge. It was neither male nor female, neither young nor old, but carried a weight that suggested vast age and greater patience. Younger species, it said. You stand at a threshold. The technology you call exotic matter manipulation is dangerous to the fabric of space-time. The Andraxian Dominion attempted to weaponize forces they could not control. They would have torn a hole in reality itself, destroying not only your fleet but destabilizing this entire sector of the galaxy. Lisa found her voice. Who are you? What did you do to them? We are the custodians. We have monitored this galaxy for longer than your species has possessed language. When younger civilizations threaten the integrity of space-time, we intervene. The Dominion fleet was not destroyed, it was removed, relocated to a quarantine dimension where they can do no harm. Alex stepped forward, his scientific curiosity overriding his fear. You can manipulate higher dimensional space. That's technology millions of years beyond ours. Correct, and you humanity now face a choice. The Empire and the Dominion war over exotic matter, racing to build weapons that could unravel reality. This path leads to extinction, yours and potentially many others. We offer an alternative. Abandon your war. Share the Kepler system's resources. Develop exotic matter technology slowly, carefully under our guidance. Lisa felt the weight of 300 ships, hundreds of thousands of lives resting on her shoulders. And if we refuse, then we will do what we must to protect the galaxy. But we hope you will choose wisdom. The Dominion's leadership is currently experiencing their removal from normal space. We believe the experience will be educational. They will return to their space with the same message we deliver to you now. The alien craft began to fade, its impossible geometry dissolving back into higher dimensional space. Consider carefully, the voice said. You are not alone in this universe and your actions ripple farther than you know. We will be watching. And then it was gone. Lisa and Alex stood in silence, staring at the empty space where two fleets had been, where first contact with a higher power had just occurred. Finally, Alex spoke. We need to report this to Earth Command. Yes, Lisa agreed. But Alex, they're right. We've been playing with forces we don't understand, racing toward mutual annihilation. She turned to face him. Maybe it's time we grew up. Through the viewport, the Kepler system star burned steady and bright, a prize that had nearly cost humanity everything. In the days that followed, the Empire and the Dominion would engage in the most difficult negotiations in galactic history. The alternative, removal from reality by beings who had been old when Earth was young, proved a powerful motivator for peace. And somewhere in the higher dimensions, the custodians watched and waited, hoping that perhaps this time, the younger species might choose survival over pride.